All right, so we basically got the two trees sp5 rebuilt. Man, was it a fun little project. I got to run the belts now. I got to hang the hot end. I got to build the extruder, hang the electronics, flash it with clipper, and then I've already got a Core XY config that I'll just apply to it. There were a couple of things. I ended up replacing the cart for the X. When I pulled the cart off for the X, it was trashed. And it wasn't that the balls exploded, but the actual like pins were bent. These like metal pins right here. This one was broken. I was like, yep, that's gonna be replaced. And then here's my hot fix for the X joint. How I did this was I took a M5 screw, and then I have, there it is. Then I have an M5 nut holding that straight. Here's my spacer, and then I had to make this little like stop screw, and then I used what do you call it? Thread locker to stop the bolt at the bottom. And then I actually 3D printed a hex nut and then made it 1 millimeter long. So this is screwed into a 3D printed hex nut that uses it as a centering guide because there was a hex nut on top here, or a hex nut pattern. So I screwed the screw into the hex nut and used that to center it, and then bolted it down with an M5 screw right here. That sucker is tight. Tight, tight, tight. Same thing with this one. And then let's check, if we check the alignment here, they line pretty perfect. I need to see if the bearings are any fatter or wider. I don't think they are. I think they're the same size, so it should sit relatively in the same position. I'm gonna make a little thing that bolts onto the linear rail right here for an end stomp, and then I'm gonna add sensorless homing. I also figured out the proper way, so I got the Y really, really smooth now. The way I did that was I had to hang the linear rails but leave them loose, and then put the top on, hang the gantry, and then tighten up the linear rails, and that caused it to be